Your Hand E Dey. This is a local Nigerian parlance which means it's your responsibility. Do you know that when it comes to living a life of meaning, value, and impact, it's your responsibility? A lot of times we wait as humans for things to happen to us. We just expect that life will give us what we desire or what we deserve. But the truth is that life does not necessarily give us what we desire or deserve. Life gives to us what we demand by taking responsibility. So if you have ever desired to live a life of meaning, value, and impact, then you must understand that it's your responsibility. There's a story of a young man who wanted to become rich. So he decided to go visit an herbalist. So the herbalist told him the conditions that were required for bringing him spiritual, diabolical riches. So he agreed to the terms and conditions and they began the process. So they did all that it was necessary for him to become rich, and then it was now time for them to settle for the number of years he was going to live to enjoy that riches. So the herbalist told him, he said, I'm going to draw 2 circles, and in those circles I'm going to put grains of different numbers, and then I'm going to release a cock to walk into those circles and eat the grains. So the number of the circle that the cock enters and the number of grain it eats determines the length of life you will enjoy with your riches. So the young man agreed, and the herbalist did that. So the herbalist drew a circle that had few grains, about 3 grains, and he drew another one that had about 5 grains, and he drew another one that had close to 20 grains. So he released the cock, and the young man was watching. The herbalist was watching, and the cock was moving towards the circles. So the cock began to move towards the circle that had 3 grains. The young man was watching, the herbalist was watching, expecting that the cock would change his mind. But interestingly, the cock did not change his mind. He kept going and was about entering into that circle that has 3 grains, which means that if he eats from that circle, the young man will only enjoy his riches for 3 years. The young man was watching, hoping that things will change, but nothing changed. Guess what? The young man left where he sat, ran to the cock, grabbed the cock, and took the cock to the circle that had 20 grains, and by himself forced the cock to go eat the grains in that circle. Why? Because he wanted to live long. But what does this story teach us? Sometimes in life, you cannot wait for things to happen for you. If the young man had waited, the cock would have gone to the circle that would give him a short life. But he took responsibility, took the cock away from that end and took it to another desired end. If you want to live that life that you've always desired, a life that has meaning, that has great value, and will impact his world, then you must take responsibility. You must take your life into your hands and understand that it is no man's business to help me achieve this life. It is my own personal business and my business alone. So what should you do? Shun excuses. You may have 1,001 excuses to give why you are not living a life of meaning, value, and impact. You must shun those excuses. You must not wait for people to come and do what you should be doing for yourself. Yes, you have friends. Yes, you have loved ones. Yes, you have people that are supposed to be there for you. But you can't always wait. You must take responsibility and know that if I can do this thing, then I should do it. And also, you cannot always wait for validations and permissions. You can't wait for people to give you a go-ahead to live out your destiny. No. The only permission you need is God's permission. And He has given you that permission by giving you life. So go ahead, exercise this privilege you have, and live your best life. Remember, Your Hand E Dey. It's your responsibility and no other person's responsibility. So take your life in your hands with God on your side, by your side, and everywhere else. He will help you to achieve that life. Thank you once again for joining me for this week's episode. I hope to see you in subsequent episodes. Remember to like, place a comment, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you and have a great time ahead.